Attention all Malaysian passport holders, whether you're a frequent flyer, a first-time traveler, or someone who's simply curious about the world, this year marks a turning point for how you move across borders. The year 2026 has arrived with a wave of significant changes to visa policies that will directly impact your travel plans, your career opportunities, and even the way you welcome visitors and workers into Malaysia. For many Malaysians, travel has always been a source of excitement and possibility. But with these new regulations, the landscape is shifting. Whether you're planning a quick getaway to a neighboring country, a long-awaited holiday to Europe, or a business trip to the United States, you'll need to be aware of the updated requirements that could affect your journey. Some destinations have introduced stricter entry protocols, while others have opened up new opportunities for visa-free travel. If you're considering working abroad, the changes are even more pronounced. New work visa categories have been introduced in several countries, offering more flexibility for skilled professionals, digital nomads, and entrepreneurs. However, some nations have tightened their eligibility criteria, making it essential to stay informed and prepared. The process for securing a work permit may now involve additional documentation, background checks, or proof of specialized skills. It's not just about Malaysians going abroad. These changes also affect how foreign workers and expatriates enter Malaysia. New rules have been implemented to streamline the application process, enhance security, and ensure that only qualified individuals are granted entry. This could mean faster processing times for some, but also stricter scrutiny for others. If you run a business that relies on international talent, it's crucial to understand how these updates might influence your hiring practices and compliance requirements. Whether you're a student hoping to study overseas, a family planning a reunion, or a retiree dreaming of exploring new destinations, these 10 new visa rules will touch every aspect of your travel experience. From changes in visa fees and processing times to new health and insurance requirements, it's more important than ever to plan ahead and stay updated. For business owners and HR professionals, the stakes are higher. The new regulations may affect how you recruit, onboard, and retain foreign employees. You'll need to navigate updated compliance standards, adapt to evolving labor market demands, and ensure that your organization remains competitive in a globalized world. These sweeping changes are designed to balance national security, economic growth, and the needs of travelers like you, but they also bring new challenges and uncertainties. Staying informed is your best defense. Make sure you're checking official government sources, consulting with travel experts, and preparing all necessary documents well in advance. In this video, we'll break down the 10 most important visa changes for Malaysians in 2026. From new destinations you can visit visa-free, to updated work permit rules and everything in between, here's everything you need to know right now to make your next journey smooth, successful, and stress-free. The first major update you need to know about is the European Union's new ETIAS requirement, which stands for the European Travel Information and Authorization System. This new rule is set to change the way Malaysians and many other non-EU citizens travel to Europe. If you're planning a trip to Europe in the near future, it's essential to understand what ETIAS is, why it's being introduced, and how it will affect your travel plans. Beginning in late 2026, Malaysians who wish to visit any of 30 European countries, including popular destinations like France, Germany, Italy, and Spain, will need to apply for an ETIAS travel authorization before they leave Malaysia. This new system is being implemented to enhance security and streamline entry procedures for travelers from countries that currently enjoy visa-free access to the Schengen area. The ETIAS authorization is not a traditional visa, but rather a pre-screening process that allows European authorities to assess potential security or health risks before travelers arrive at the border. The application process for ETIAS is designed to be quick and straightforward. You'll need to fill out an online form, providing personal details, travel information, and answering a few security-related questions. The fee for submitting your ETIAS application is €20, which is roughly equivalent to 100 Malaysian ringgit. Once approved, your ETIAS authorization will be valid for 3 years, or until your passport expires, whichever comes first. This means you can travel to Europe multiple times within that period without needing to reapply, as long as each stay does not exceed 90 days within any 180-day period. It's important to note that ETIAS is not a visa. However, airlines and border officials will require you to have an approved ETIAS before you can board your flight to Europe. Without this authorization, you will be denied boarding at the airport, even if you have a valid passport and all other travel documents. The ETIAS system is part of a broader effort by the EU to strengthen border security and make travel safer for everyone. So, if you're planning a European holiday, business trip, or even a short transit through the Schengen area, make sure to apply for your ETIAS well in advance to avoid any last-minute issues. Being prepared will ensure your journey to Europe is smooth and stress-free. Number 2 is China's visa-free extension. Under the China-Malaysia Mutual Visa Exemption Agreement, Malaysians can now enter China without a visa for up to 30 days for tourism, business, family visits, or medical treatment. This is a massive win for travelers and business people alike. Number 3 is France joining the visa-free list. As of 2026, France has officially added Malaysia to its visa-exempt countries, joining the UK, Singapore, South Korea, and New Zealand in welcoming Malaysians without prior visa applications. Your Malaysian passport now grants access to 183 destinations worldwide. Number 4 on our list is a major update that's sending shockwaves through Malaysia's expat community and the companies that employ them. The introduction of new expat salary rules. These changes are not just minor tweaks, they represent a fundamental shift in how foreign professionals will be compensated in Malaysia, and they're poised to reshape the country's labor market for years to come. Whether you're an expat already living in Malaysia, someone considering a move, or a business owner who relies on international talent, these new rules will have a direct impact on your plans and your bottom line. Effective June 1, 2026, Malaysia will enforce drastically higher minimum salary requirements for foreign workers. This means that anyone seeking to work in Malaysia under an employment pass will need to meet these new, much higher salary thresholds. The government's stated goal is to attract highly skilled professionals and ensure that expat jobs are reserved for roles that truly require international expertise. But for many, these changes will mean a complete reevaluation of their career plans or hiring strategies. Let's break down the new salary tiers. The top tier, which previously required a minimum monthly salary of 10,000 ringgit, will now demand a staggering 20,000 ringgit per month. That's a 100% increase, effectively doubling the minimum pay for the highest level expat positions. This tier typically covers senior executives, directors, and highly specialized professionals, roles that are critical to multinational companies and large organizations operating in Malaysia. For these positions, companies will need to budget significantly more to attract and retain top international talent. The second tier is also seeing a substantial increase. Previously, this tier covered salaries from 5,000 to 9,999 ringgit per month. Under the new rules, the range shifts upward to 10,000 to 19,999 ringgit per month. This means that mid-level managers, technical experts, and other skilled professionals will now need to be paid at least 10,000 ringgit monthly to qualify for an employment pass. For many companies, this could mean a significant jump in payroll expenses, especially if they employ multiple expats in these roles. The third tier, which previously included salaries from 3,000 to 4,999 ringgit per month, will now require a minimum of 5,000 ringgit, up to 9,999 ringgit. This tier often applies to junior managers, entry-level professionals, and technical staff. For many small and medium-sized enterprises, this change could make it much more difficult to justify hiring foreign workers, as the cost of compliance with the new salary requirements may simply be too high. It's a move that could push companies to focus more on hiring and training local talent, or to reconsider the structure of their workforce altogether. For employers, the implications are clear. If you employ expats, your costs just doubled, or even more, depending on the roles you're filling. This isn't just about higher salaries, it also means increased contributions to Social Security, higher taxes, and potentially greater competition for a smaller pool of highly qualified candidates. Companies will need to revisit their budgets, rethink their hiring strategies, and possibly restructure their teams to adapt to these new realities. For expats, the stakes are equally high. Some may find themselves priced out of the market, while others could see new opportunities open up as companies compete for top talent. Either way, Malaysia's new expat salary tiers mark a turning point in the country's approach to international talent, and everyone involved will need to adapt quickly to stay ahead. Number 5 is fixed validity periods for expat passes. For the first time, Malaysia has set fixed durations, 10 years for top-tier and second-tier passes, and 5 years for third-tier passes. Previously, there was no fixed limit. This change helps employers plan, but also means foreigners cannot stay indefinitely. Number 6 is local succession plans now required. All expat passes in the second and third tiers now require employers to submit a formal plan showing how a Malaysian local will eventually take over the role. No plan, no visa. Number 7 is Malaysia's passport ranking climbs to 6th globally. As of January 2026, the Henley Passport Index ranks Malaysia at number 6 with visa-free access to 183 countries, up from 9th place. This puts Malaysia ahead of the United States, which sits at 179 countries. Number 8 is the U.S. immigrant visa pause for 75 countries. Effective January 21, 2026, the United States has paused all immigrant visa issuances for nationals of 75 countries, including Jamaica, Nigeria, Brazil, and Russia. Malaysia is not on this list, but the policy signals a global shift towards stricter immigration screening. Number 9 is ETIAS, not yet active but coming. While the EU's ETIAS system has been delayed multiple times, the official launch is now set for late 2026. Malaysians do not need it today, but you will before the end of the year. Apply online before you fly. Number 10 is the 5% foreign workforce target. Malaysia plans to slash the proportion of foreign workers in its labor force from 14.1% in 2024 to just 5% by 2035. This means fewer work visas will be issued over time, and competition for expat slots will get much tougher. Share this video with your family, friends, and everyone you know. Make sure you share it on all WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and Telegram groups you are in to keep everyone informed. While you are hitting that share button, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the red button.